Yes, good morning students. So previous class we have discussed three types of functions. Which are those three types of functions? Identity function, correct? Then we have discussed about constant function. Okay. Also we have studied about polynomial function. Okay. So in brief, I'll repeat everything once again. So what is identity function? So first I'm moving on to identity function. So identity function, what you have studied, we have studied that identity function, we define f as from R to R given by f of x is equal to x. Okay. Domain of this function, domain ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದ ರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತದ, ರೇಂಜ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದ ಇದರದ ಇದು ಕೂಡ ರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್. Okay. So graph of this function, how you are getting? You are getting a graph of this function, a straight line which is passing through the origin. If you take this is x-axis, this is y-axis, then you get a straight line which passes through the origin. This is graph of what? Identity function. Okay, this is all the concept about identity function. That is the first function what we have learned. Clear? ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ವಿ. What is constant function? Constant function, it is defined by f of x is equal to c. What is c here? C is a constant. And here every x belongs to what? The set of real numbers. Okay. ಈಗ x belongs to r ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಡೊಮೇನ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದ ನಿಮ್ದು ಇದ್ರೊಳಗ ಡೊಮೇನ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ರೇಂಜ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಸಿ. ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಹೇಗ್ ಬರ್ತದಂದ್ರ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ ಐಡೆಂಟಿಟಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು f of x is equal to x, domain is real numbers, range is real numbers, and graph is a straight line passing through the origin. Next constant function ಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರ f of x is equal to c ಅಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದರದ ಡೊಮೇನ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್, ರೇಂಜ್ c, ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಏನ್ ಬರ್ತದ a straight line which is parallel to x axis. ಇದು x axis ನಿಮ್ದಂದ್ರ ಈ x axis ಗೆ parallel line ಮಾಡಿದ್ರ ಅದು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ polynomial function. So polynomial function, we don't have a definite graph for that. We had studied polynomial function using two things. So first ಈಗ polynomial function. Polynomial function ಹೇಗೆ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು? f of x is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square up to an x raised to n. This is how you define polynomial function. For this we had considered two examples. First example ಏನು f of x is equal to x square ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ. Okay, f of x is equal to x square ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ few values ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ ನಾವು. For example, f of x f of x 0 ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ 0 square 0 ಆಯ್ತು. 1 ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ 1 square 1 ಆಯ್ತು. 2 ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ 2 square 4, minus 1 ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ minus 1 square plus 1, minus 2 ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ minus 2 square plus 4 ಆಯ್ತು. So graph of this function it was just like this. Okay, this is what I had explained you in the previous video. Next, polynomial function define ಮಾಡು ಮುಂದ f of x is equal to, if second example was what? X cube. If it is x cube, how we had got it? Okay, x and f of x. If you take 0, its value is 0. If you take 1, its value is 1. If you take 2, 2 raised to 3, 8. If you take minus 1, it is minus 1. If you take minus 2, it was minus 8. Then how we had got graph of this function? like this. This was graph of a function when f of x is equal to x cube. By taking values you have to draw the graph. So ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ previous videos ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. Identity function, constant function, polynomial function. Remember everything. ಅದನ್ನ first ಹೆಂಗ್ define ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅದರ domain, range, graph ಇಷ್ಟು ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು. These all will carry together 5 marks. This is all about the 3 functions which we had discussed in previous class. So ಈ class ಒಳಗ remaining next ಏನಿದಾವಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಕಲಿಯೋಣ. 3 ಬಿಟ್ರೆ 7 total functions ಇದಾವ. The fourth one, next function ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು, rational function. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ rational number ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. What is a rational number? The number which is there in the form of p by q, where q is not equal to 0, is called as what? Rational number. Same way you are going to define rational function. What is rational function? A function which are of the type f of x divided by g of x, where f of x and g of x are 2 functions and g of x should not be equal to 0. ಈಗ f of x divided by g of x ತಗೋತೀರಿ. ಈಗ ಸಪೋಸ್ g of x 0 ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ, ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದ. ಸೊ ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, g of x it should be never be equal to 0. So rational function ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, the function of the type f of x divided by g of x is called as what? Rational function. Where f of x and g of x are what? 2 polynomial functions. ಎರಡು polynomial functions ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದರದ್ದು g of x ಏನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, it should be never equal to 0. This is what is called as rational function. So rational function also we will take one example to prove this. Okay, what we have defined here, I'll show you the example. We have define a real valued function f from r minus 0 to r we have taken. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ r minus 0? r minus 0 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲಿ? r minus 0 ಅಂದ್ರ set of all real numbers except 0. 0 ತಗೋಬಾರ್ದು ನೀವು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರ g of x should not be equal to 0 ಅದ. So you have to take set of all real numbers except 0. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ r minus 0 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದೇನಿ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು, 0 ತಗೋಬಾರ್ದಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಡಿಫೈನ್ಡ್ ಬೈ f of x is equal to 1 by x. This is the function given to you. ಅಂದ್ರೆ f of x divided by g of x ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಅದ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾವೀಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, x ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, f of x ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಟು ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ ದ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಸೊ x ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡೀನಿ, x ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ನೀವು 0 ತಗೋಬಾರ್ದು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ನೋ ದಟ್ ರಾಷನಲ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ f of x divided by g of x. g of x should not be equal to 0 ಅದ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ x ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ನೀವು 0 ತಗೋಬಾರ್ದು. 0 ಬಿಟ್ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡೆ, ನಾನು ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಏನ್ ತಗೊಂಡೇನಿ, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ minus 0.5, minus 1, minus 1.5, minus 2. Okay, next 1 divided by minus 2. 1 by minus 2 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, 1 divided by minus 2 is minus 0.5. Next 1 divided by x ಅದ. x ಇದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ತಗೊಂಡೇನಿ, minus 1.5. 1 divided by minus 1.5 ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತದ, minus 0.67 ಬರ್ತದ. Next 1 divided by minus 1 is minus 1. 1 divided by minus 0.5 is minus 2. So 1 divided by minus 0.5 is equal to minus 2. Next positive values ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಸೇಮ್ ಇದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾವ, ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗ್ತದ, ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತದ. 1 divided by 0.5 is 2. 1 by 1 is 1. 1 divided by 1.5 is 0.67. 1 divided by 2 is how much? 0.5. So domain of a function, ಯಾವ function? A rational function. Domain of a rational function is what? Set of all real numbers except 0. Range of the real numbers is what? It is also set of all real numbers except 0. So graph heng bartadandra nimda, you have to start it from x-axis like this. Okay, from like this you are going to start. Idana nearly equal to 0 but 0 ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ x-axis ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, nearly equal to 0 ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಕು, but you should not touch the value as 0. This is graph of real valued function when it is 1 by x. Clear? So rational function ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? The function of the type f of x divided by g of x where g of x should not be equal to 0. So ಇದನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು. ಯಾವ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡೇವ್ ನಾವು? f is defined from r minus 0 to r given by f of x is equal to 1 by x. Polynomial function ತರಾನೇ. Polynomial function ಒಳಗೆ ಏನ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು? f of x is equal to x square, x cube. ಎರಡು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. So what we are going to do here, we will take f of x is equal to 1 by x. Then we have written few values to plot the graph. This is graph of a polynomial function. Okay, domain of this function is what? Set of all real numbers except 0. Range is also what? It is also set of all real numbers except 0. Okay, this is the fourth function, that is rational function. Next, fifth one, I will move on to modulus function. Okay, what is modulus function? So idana navenant heltivi? Mod symbol. Okay, modulus means what? Positive values. So the set of all. So the next function is what? Modulus function. The function f is defined from again real numbers to real numbers given by f of x is equal to mod of x. Okay, modulus function andra for each non-negative value of x, f of x is equal to x. ಅಂದ್ರ ಈಗ ನಾನ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಅಂದ್ರ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದನ್ ಆರ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದ? ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದ. ಫಾರ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ ದೆನ್ 0 ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಎಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದ ಹೇಳ? ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರ ಮೈನಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದ ಅಂತಂದ. ಸೊ ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್, ಮಾಡ್ಯುಲಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? For every non-negative, for all positive values of x, f of x value will be equal to x. For all negative values, ella negative values x ittandra f of x value enagtada? Minus x ಆಗ್ತದ. Okay, ಇದನ್ನ statements ಒಳಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದದ. Actual derivation it is written here. Okay, graph of this function. So positive values irbekara f of x value is equal to x irtada. So you are getting it a straight line which is passing through the origin. When f of x values, when x values are negative, f of x values are what? Again it is positive on this side. Okay, so illi negative of the values, x values negative iddaga f of x value ee kade bartada. So x values positive iddaga you are getting it here. So this is graph of modulus function. Okay, when they ask you to write about modulus function, first thing what you have to write, in baribeko, f is defined from real numbers to real numbers given by f of x is equal to modulus of x. For each x belongs to R. Okay, for each non-negative value of x, f of x is equal to x. And for negative values of x, the value of f of x is negative of the value of x. Means for all positive values, x greater than or equal to 0 iddaga, f of x value x irtada. Less than 0 iddaga, f of x value minus x irtada. Okay, so this is graph of modulus function. This is all what you have to write it for definition as well as for the example for modulus function. Okay, this is fifth function, that is modulus function. Okay, next sixth one is what? It's also one of the important function, that is Signum function. SIGN means what? It is Signum function. So the function f defined from real numbers to real numbers. So you are defining a function from real numbers to real numbers given by f of x is equal to 1, 0, minus 1. When y it is 1, when x values are positive. Greater than 0 iddaga f of x value 1 irtada. Equal to 0 iddaga f of x value 0 no irtada. Less than 0 iddaga f of x value minus 1 irtada. Andre just like constant function iddanga ida x values ellanu greater than 0. Greater than 0 andre x values ella positive bandaga f of x value constant 1 irtada. Okay, next x equal to 0 ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ it is 0. When x value is negative ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ less than 0 ಇದ್ದಾಗ f of x value ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದ minus 1 ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ನೀವು x equal to 100 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ, f of x value 1 ಇರ್ತದೆ. x is equal to 1000 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ, x value ಯಾವ್ದಾ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ ನೀವು 1, 2, 3 greater than 0 any number of to infinity you take, but f of x value ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದ only it will be equal to 1. Okay, when it is less than 0, minus 100, minus 20, minus 60, any negative value you take less than 0, but f of x value will be always equal to minus 1. So define ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು? f is defined from real numbers to real numbers given by f of x is equal to 1. When it is 1, when x value greater than 0. 0 when x value equal to 0. Minus 1 when x values are less than 0. Okay. Domain of this function is what? Real numbers. Either the domain ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದ real numbers ಆಗಿರ್ತದ. Range ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದ ಇದ. Range ಅಂದ್ರೆ f of x values 1, 0, minus 1. Graph of this function comes like this. Okay. That is what? When x values are positive, illella x values irtav. This is x axis. All x values are positive values iddaga nimda f of x value enagirtada constantly 1 irtada. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up to any values you take, but f of x value will be always equal to 1. Okay, similarly you take any negative values minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 up to any minus infinity, f of x value is always equal to minus 1. This is Signum function. So remember properly, ಏನೇನ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕು Signum function ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ f is defined from r to r given by f of x is equal to 1 when x value greater than 0, 0 when x is equal to 0, it is minus 1 when x values are less than 0. Domain is real numbers. Range is minus 1, 0, plus 1. Graph of this function comes like this. Okay. I hope this is clear to you all. Signum function. Next, I'll move on to the last function, that is seventh function, greatest integer function. So the function f defined from r to r given by f of x is equal to, this is known as what? Box of x. Where x belongs to r, assumes the value or the greatest number which is less than or equal to x. Such function is called as what? Greatest integer function. So greatest integer function ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ನ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ದ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. So only we are writing it like this inside this symbol. This is what? Interval symbol. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತದ ಲೆಸ್ ದನ್ ಆರ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತದ. ಅಂತ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಗೆ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಗ್ರೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, I'll give you few examples based on that. Okay, from the definition. ಈಗ for example box of x ಇದ್ರ ಒಳಗಿರುವಂತ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ -1 ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರ ನಾವ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೋಬೇಕು, -1 ಇಂದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ -1 to 0. ಇದು ನಿಮ್ದು ನಂಬರ್ ಲೈನ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 0 ಇರ್ತದ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ +1 +2 +3 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ -1 -2 -3 ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ -1 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರ -1 ಇಂದ ಹಿಂದಿನ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂದ್ರ 0 to 1 ಎಲ್ಲಾ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಲೈ ಆಗ್ತಾವಂತ ನಿಮ್ದು. 0 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರ 0 ಆದ್ಮೇಲಿನ ನಂಬರ್ 0 to +1. ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ 1 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರ 1 to 2 ಆಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್, 2 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರ 2 to 3 ಆಲ್ ದ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್, -1 ತಗೊಂಡ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರ 0 to -1, -2 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರ -1 ಇಂದ -2 ವರೆಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿರ್ತಾವ ಈ ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ನಾಗ ಲೈ ಆಗ್ತದಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೆ. That is what I have written when mod of x is equal to, box of x is equal to -1. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ -1 ಇಂದ 0 ವರೆಗೂ, ಅದರದ್ದು ಗ್ರೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ ಬರೋವರೆಗೂ. 0 ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ 0 ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಇರ್ತದ, 1 ಇರ್ತದ. ಸೊ 0 to 1. If you take 1, 1 to 2. If you take 2, 2 to 3. If box of x, next number, box of x is equal to 3, then what you have to take? 3 to 4. This is how you have to write. Less than or equal to x ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. If you see the definition here, you can see greatest integer is what? Less than or equal to x. Okay, the same thing we have taken here. What it is given? Less than or equal to x. So graph of this function ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬರ್ತದ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. -1 to 0 ಯಾವಾಗಿದು x ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ -1 ಇದ್ದಾಗ. ಸೊ x ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ -1, ಇಲ್ಲಿ -1 ಅದ ನಿಮ್ದು x ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ -1 ಇದ್ದಾಗ 0 to -1 ಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ x is equal to 0, ಇದು 0 ನಿಮ್ದು. ಸೊ 0 to 1 ಇರ್ತದ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ x ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 1 ಇತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ದು, ಇದು x ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ 1 ಇದ್ದಾಗ 1 to 2 ಇಂಟರ್ವಲ್ ನಾಗ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 2, when it is 2 to 3 you have to draw. When it is 3 to 4 you have to draw. When it is -2 ಇಂದ -1 ವರೆಗೆ, -3 ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರ -3 ಇಂದ -2 ವರೆಗೆ, -4 ಇದ್ರ -4 to -3. It comes in the order of steps. This is graph of greatest integer function. Just look at all the steps once. The graph of this function, the values, how you have to take it. Okay, I repeat it once again. What is greatest integer function? The function f defined from R to R given by f of x is equal to box of x where x belongs to R. What values it is going to assume? It is going to assume the value of the greatest integer less than or equal to x. Such function we call it as what? Greatest integer function. Clear? So how you are going to take the values? I had shown you. When it is -1, you have to take the next value, that is -1 to 0. When it is 0, you have to take the values 0 to 1. When it is 1, you have to take the values 1 to 2. When it is 2, you have to take from 2 to 3. When it is 3, you have to take from 3 to 4. 4 ಇದ್ದಾಗ 4 to 5 ಹಂಗ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್. Graph of this function is shown on right side. Steps ತರ ಬರ್ತದ. So 1 ಇದ್ದಾಗ 1 to 2, 2 ಇದ್ದಾಗ 2 to 3, 3 ಇದ್ದಾಗ 3 to 4, like that. Okay, this completes all the 7 types of functions along with their graphs. So the first one is identity function, next one is constant function, then we have studied polynomial function. Polynomial function ಎರಡು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡೇವಿ, ಒಂದು x square ಒಂದು x cube. Then rational function example 1 by x ತಗೊಂಡಿವಿ. Then we have taken modulus function. We have seen the graph of that modulus function when f of x is equal to x, when x values are greater than or equal to 0, minus x ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಗ್ತದ, x values less than 0 ಇದ್ದಾಗ. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ we have seen Signum function. Again you get f of x is equal to 1, 0 and -1. Okay, when x is greater than 0 it is 1, when x is less than 0 it is minus 1 when x equal to 0, its value is 0. So this is what Signum function. So domain is R as well as range is what? Minus 1, 0 and plus 1. So this is all about Signum function, graph of the Signum function. Next, last we have seen with greatest integer function. Again, what is the definition of greatest integer function? Then how you have to define the values as well as graph of greatest integer function is completed. So all 7 types of functions, be well prepared with that. Okay. Next, after this types of functions, we have to see algebra of real function. Algebra andra very simple, addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ algebra of two real numbers ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ. So algebra ಅಂದ್ರ first addition ತಗೊಂಡೆ ನಾನು. F is one function, I am defining it from x to r. x ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾರು ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇದು ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ರಿಯಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಹೋಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಇಂಟೀಜರ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. So in general ಆಗಿ f is one function, I am defining it from x to r. And g is one more function, I am defining it from x to r. ಎರಡು functions ಬೇಕು ನೀವು algebra ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದ ನಂಬರ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, 2 numbers at least you require. Okay, so f plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x for all x belongs to x ಅಂತ ತಗೋತಿ. So ಇದನ್ನ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ನೀವು. f plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x. If it is minus, f of x minus g of x. Into iddaga f of x into g of x. Divided by iddaga f of x divided by g of x, where g of x is not equal to 0. So addition plus it will be, subtraction it will be minus, multiplication idra f of x into g of x bartade. Okay, in case division idra f of x divided by g of x, but illi g of x should not be equal to 0 anta tagote. So this is all the algebra of real valued functions. Okay, so what does it says? So f is one function, we are defining from x to r. G is one more function, adunu ellinda define ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ x to r. Okay, f plus g of x is equal to, it is again defined from x to r, f of x plus g of x. Subtraction idra f of x minus g of x. Multiplication idra f of x into g of x. If it is division, f of x divided by g of x. So this is about the algebra of all the real valued functions. ನಿಮ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ f of x g of x ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರ, ಫೈಂಡ್ f plus g, f minus g, f into g, f divided by g ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರ. This is what they are going to give you for the functions. Okay, so I'll take 2 examples and explain you here. Just look at the definitions once. So this is algebra of real functions. Okay, so first example, if you see here, f of x is equal to x square and g of x is equal to 2x plus 1. So f of x ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ, g of x ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ, ನಿಮ್ಗ ನೀವೇನ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? f plus g, f minus g, f into g and f divided by g. All the 4 you have to find. So first, f plus g of x. So this is equal to f of x plus g of x by the definition. Okay, so what is f of x? X square plus, what is g of x? 2x plus 1. Okay, very simple. Second one, you have to find f minus g of x. So this is equal to f of x minus g of x, which is equal to, what is f of x value? X square minus g of x value another 2x plus 1. So this is equal to x square minus 2x minus into plus minus 1. Okay, next third one, f into g of x. This is equal to f of x into g of x. This is equal to, what is f of x given? X square. So x square into, what is g of x? 2x plus 1. So this is equal to x square into 2x will be equal to 2x cube plus x square into 1 is x square. Okay, next fourth one, f divided by g of x. So this is equal to f of x divided by g of x, where g of x should not be equal to 0 on it. So this is equal to f of x value eಷ್ಟದ x square divided by 2x plus 1. So x value should not be equal to 0 ಅದ. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ x value ಏನಾಗಿರಬಾರ್ದು ನಮ್ದು 2x plus 1 is equal to 0 ಹಾಕ್ರಿ. 2x is equal to minus 1 ಆಗ್ತದ. X is equal to minus 1 by 2. So x value should not be equal to minus 1 by 2. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ x value minus 1 by 2 ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವೇನಾಗ್ತದ 2 into minus 1 by 2 plus 1 ಆಯ್ತು. 2 into x value minus 1 by 2 plus 1. 2 ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ, minus 1 plus 1 ಏನಾಗ್ತದ 0 ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದ. ಸೊ ಡಿನಾಮಿನೇಟರ್ 0 ಆಗ್ಬಾರ್ದಂದ್ರ x value should not be equal to minus 1 by 2. So what you have to write, f plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x. What is f of x? X square. What is g of x? 2x plus 1. Next, f of x minus g of x andra x square minus 2x plus 1. Okay, next, this will be x square minus 2x minus 1. Next one, we have seen f into g of x is equal to f of x into g of x. So x square into 2x plus 1. f divided by g andra f of x divided by g of x. So ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಅಡಿಷನಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಬರಿಬೇಕು, x ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನ್ ಆಗಿರಬಾರ್ದಂತ. Okay, so just see the steps once, what you have to follow up. I'll take up with the next example. Okay, so the next example, the last example based on this algebra of equations. So algebra of equations ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ತಗೊಂಡೇವಿ, f of x is equal to root x ಅದ and g of x is again one function. Okay, the next example what we have taken, f of x value is root x, g of x value is x. Okay, be two functions, ಎರಡು functions ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ. Find f plus g of x, f minus g of x, f into g of x, f divided by g of x. So first one I'll find f plus g of x. So this is equal to f of x plus g of x. What is f of x value? It is root x plus what is g of x value? X. Second one, f minus g of x is equal to what? F of x minus g of x. So this is equal to root x minus x. Then third one, it is f into g of x, which is equal to f of x into g of x. So which is equal to root x into x. So this one, how you can write? Root x, you can write x raised to 1 by 2 into x. Now it is in which form? A raised to m into a raised to n, which is equal to a raised to m plus n, which is equal to x raised to 2 is the LCM, x raised to 3 by 2. Okay, next, the fourth one, f divided by g of x is equal to what? F of x divided by g of x. What is f of x? Root x divided by x. Root x andra, again you can write x raised to 1 by 2 divided by x, which is equal to x raised to, ಇದು a raised to m divided by a raised to n form nagada. So that one you write it as a raised to m minus n. 1 by 2 minus 1. So x raised to minus 1 by 2 aita. So this is root of x. So first ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ? f plus g of x, ಇದು f of x plus g of x. So f of x value root x, g of x value x. So root x plus x ಬರದ್ರಿ. Next f minus g of x ಅಂದ್ರ root x minus x ಆಯ್ತು. Okay. f into g of x ಏನಾಯ್ತು? root x into x. So root x ನ ನೀವು x raised to 1 by 2 ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. Okay. So x raised to 1 by 2 into x raised to 1 ಇದ್ದಂಗಿದೆ. So ಇದನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು? a raised to m into a raised to n ಇದ್ದಾಗ a raised to m plus n ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಸೇಮ್ ಅದೇ ತರ x raised to m into x raised to n ಇದ್ದಾಗ x raised to m plus n ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. So x raised to 1 by 2 plus 1 is 3 by 2. So last, f divided by g of x is what? f of x divided by g of x. So that one, how we have got? X raised to 1 by 2 divided by x. X raised to 1 by 2 minus 1 ಆಯ್ತು. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಯಾವ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ನಾಗದ? a raised to m divided by a raised to n ಇದ್ದಾಗ a raised to m minus n ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So x raised to minus 1 by 2. So that is equal to what? Root of x. Okay, this is all about the all 7 types of functions, then algebra of these real functions. So this completes the introduction part of functions. So functions ಒಳಗೆ ಏನ್ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ರಿ ನೀವು? Definition of a function ಕಲ್ತ್ರಿ. To determine how the function will be, then you have studied about 7 types of function: identity, constant, polynomial, rational function, modulus function, Signum function, greatest integer function. So ಇದೆಲ್ಲ 7 types of functions. So ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು? You have to write them accordingly, just like how I have sent the notes. Write it properly. Don't draw the graph in graph sheets. ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ನ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಶೀಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಗ ಹಾಕಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬಾಜು ರಫ್ ಆಗಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟ. ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಪೆನ್ಸಿಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ನ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು. There only, in your book only you have to show. Even examination ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ you have to show your graphs. There only, side by, whatever definition you write, side by you have to draw the graph of that function. Okay. So this is about all 7 types of functions. Next we have studied about the algebra of real functions, in that addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Okay, that is what f plus g of x is equal to f of x plus g of x. F minus g of x is equal to f of x minus g of x. F into g of x is equal to f of x into g of x. Okay, based on all these concepts, you have to solve with exercise number 2.3 and few miscellaneous examples from this chapter. Whichever will be asked, those examples I'll be solving. So in the next video, I will solve with exercise number 2.3 and miscellaneous examples. Okay. So till then, you have to, I'll update the notes of functions. Now, till now, I think I have given till polynomial function. Remaining functions notes. Ellinda, rational function in the hidudu, algebra of functions origun, I'll be providing you the notes, PDF notes. Write it and keep it updated, so that next we can start with exercise number 2.3. Okay. So this is all about functions. Thank you.